What's up everyone, welcome to another episode of Does It Still Work? We just queued into a Grandmaster Zerg and I really wanted to try some battle mech. Now I made some videos on, Maru's mech recently, we've seen that a little bit more in pro play, but no one is really playing battle mech. And what that means is that a few years ago what was super popular and really strong was to play pure Cyclone Hellion, super mobile composition, move around the map the entire time, get map control, more bases, and win like that. And yeah, I really wanted to try it again, so here we go. Now, a big weakness of this style is that if you play Cyclone Hellion, you usually pretty much die to like a roach timing attack, like a roach all-in of some sorts. So I think we're just gonna have to do it right from the get-go, so I'm gonna counter that already by opening Banshee, and then going into the Cyclone Hellion. And with Cyclone Hellion, you usually can't win fast. The goal is actually to get more money than the Zerg, which does sound crazy, but it is how the games used to go. Like, you could go up to 7 bases, Zerg might even be still on 4, and then you transition into something better like Liberators. And then you can close out the game slowly like that. It's actually the opposite of like what Terran bio plays pretty much. You have like terrible efficiency with Cyclone Hellion, but you just get so rich. Because if you have Cyclones running around, it is pretty hard to grab another expansion as Zerg. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Now actually this Zerg is called Never Cheese, and I've never played against him before, I think, so I'm not sure if he's like actually a hardcore cheeser or if he's an on-the-roll macro player, so I guess we'll find out. Hopefully not the painful way at least. Now should I play 3cc or should I just go for a 2-base opener? I'm actually not quite sure. I used to have a really good build for this. Which was to go for a Banshee Hellbat attack and then follow it up with Cyclones. But since I really want to test out the strength of Battle Mech in the macro game, I should probably not do anything that has a decent chance of killing him too fast, you know what I mean? Because if I do a Hellbat attack, there's a decent chance that either I am too far behind or my opponent is dead. And that's probably not where we want to be. So I'm gonna try to do the same build but without the Hellbats, keep the pressure up, go for the Banshees and all that. And then transition into 3 factories after my 3rd command center. See if I can get some damage done here. I feel like we're gonna get a drone. So far he's microing it well though. Not a big fan of that. Oh no, I may have overstepped a little bit. Yeah, I definitely did. Oh no, the Zergling got a hit off. Ah, did you see that? Well, that's a YouTube Reaper, guys. If you guys have been watching me for long enough, you know that's what I do on the YouTube. We lose our Reapers for absolutely no reason. Beautiful, beautiful gameplay. Enticing gameplay, I should say. Yeah, the Zergling got like one little scratch off, so it actually died to the last queen hit. That was slightly unfortunate. Obviously, I could have just prevented that, no problem. If I microed a little bit better, or if my brain was a little bit bigger, that also would have been enough. Okay, now this is actually not the greatest move by him, so that's gonna work out pretty well for me, I think. This is just a bunch of free Zerglings. We don't complain about that, to be honest. He denies my supply depot for a little bit. Oh, he does. Whoa, his speed is actually super fast. Okay, that's a little bit suspicious. I'm just gonna send those Hellions across them. 330 speed. Our normal speed time is like 410 or something these days, so that is definitely a little bit sus. Could always be that he's just doing a slightly outdated build. Of course. Doesn't have to be suspicious. He did take that 3rd, I believe, unless he mind gamed me really hard. There we go. I'm just gonna run those Banshees there. Now this is normally when I would make an armory. I do feel like his base looks a little bit suspicious. Like he hasn't actually spread creep in the time he was out with the Zerglings. And like when you kill a Reaper, you can spread as much creep as you want. So honestly I'm kind of getting like Nidus vibes here. Which, I don't know if I can defend it with my build, I'll be honest. Oh, it's Roach, okay. I think that's actually perfect though, because I was already playing Banshee. I'm not sure if I even have to react to this. If I'm being completely honest, with the Banshee coming out. Like if you get a Lint, you always want to react as little as possible. Now this is just one Roach, I don't know if there's anything else on the way. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's more. Okay. Yeah, this looks totally fine, actually. Doesn't look like we're gonna take any damage at all from this. Can kill those Lynx as well. Yeah, we're gonna get a pretty massive lead from this, I think. Especially if you target the Ravagers with the Banshees instead of just the Roaches to begin with. Save any unit you can. Did lose one SCV, but yeah, in the end, this is just perfect, right? And then we can start making tech labs for our factories. And that's already it, GG. I guess we'll have to try it out in the next game, guys. Let's go for another one. Alright, we actually got a Grandmaster Bark with Terran. Now, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do against Terran for this episode, but I think I'm gonna try to do one base Banshee. A very Wings of Liberty style build. I'm sure you guys maybe see it on the ladder still sometimes, but it hasn't really been used in pro play for a long time. So normally if you go one base, it's something like Reaper Hellion medevac kind of attack, right? But for this one, I'm gonna try to mind game a little bit and play one base Banshee. Actually, in Wings of Liberty, one base Banshee was the golden standard. I feel like almost every game people played either Cloak Banshee or Banshee without Cloak even. And all the different kind of builds countered each other. It was a bit of a mess back in Wings of Liberty. And I'm gonna try to revive that magic a little bit. Now it is Beckett and Industries, which does make me scared a little bit. Like I feel like it's very easy to die on this map because it's so tiny. And also this Reaper jump is pretty big and people do actually use it frequently. I'm not sure what the reason for that is. It's probably that the map is short. I just feel like on some maps, people use the Reaper cliffs more than on other maps, even if they're not necessarily bigger. I guess it's just a nice area, you know. You come straight from the speed zone and the Reaper jump is already there. So you might as well take it. Now, I'm not gonna wall off yet. I'm actually considering playing very, super fast Banshee by making the tech lab on my barracks and then making the starport straight on the tech lab instead of having to lift it. I don't know if it's worth the risk of it being scouted though, because if I build it in the wall, the Banshee, it's obviously, it creates the biggest chance that it gets scouted. Actually, I'm gonna cut one SCV instead of two. I feel like I do need a little bit more gas than I usually do for like a one base opener in TVT. But where do I position my Reaper? I guess I'm just gonna cover this ramp. I feel like most likely they won't run up here, right? I mean they could, honestly. They might as well. But I think it's the least likely option, so I'm gonna cover the Reaper jump here. And then I'm gonna make my starport straight onto this. This is what I was talking about. It's a little bit insane. But this is gonna make for the fastest possible Banshee. Now what do I do with the rest of my money? I do want to get an expansion at some point, so maybe I'll just skip barracks units completely. Turns out I'm inventing like the best build ever on the spot right now in this YouTube video for you guys. You never know. That actually happened to me once. I don't know if you guys know the video called the Forbidden Build, but one time I recorded a TVZ video on a funny strategy, and then when I did the recording, I found out that it was actually pretty sick, and then I made top 6 in DreamHack because of that build. You guys should check it out. Yeah, I think the video is literally called the Forbidden Build. Anyway, maybe 3 Hellions is enough. Like I don't know what he's doing. I need to get a react on this barracks anyway, even if I'm not making units. Should definitely keep covering this though. Like if the last thing I want is for them to scout my Banshee. Probably should send it around a good while as well. 3 Hellions, is that enough? It should be enough, right? Come on. This is not enough. And I guess the Banshee can also defend, right? If he does attack me with something, let's say Reaper Hellion, medevac or something, or just a lot of Reaper Hellion, then a Banshee could help me defend as well. I'm gonna make sure I'm not supply blocked. It's really hard to make depots when you're on one base, because the money is just so tight. Whenever you make a depot, it feels like you can't even afford the units. Like, I honestly, sometimes I'd rather wait for my CC to finish instead. Okay, now this Banshee is completely unscouted so far. If my opponent goes Banshee, that's probably the ideal situation, because mine will just be faster and there will be no Raven, right? Or I could maybe wait for 2 as well. That's my Cyclone finishing. Okay. No scan on that. That's nice. I'm not sure when the Raven finishes. I feel like it should be done already. Oh, okay. Wait, is that 2 starports? It's 2 starports. Oh man, this is working out super well. He actually has no scan because it was too fast. We actually made the best build ever on accident. Nice, guys. Not bad. Applause for us, guys. Applause for us. How many kills is that? 15? Oh my. I can even escape this. Viking shoots so slow, dude. Second scan needed. Hell yeah. Let's go. One base Banshee works. Let's go for another game. Alright, guys. We get another shot at trying the battle mech against Zerg because we've hit Demaga. Definitely a way better Zerg than the last one as well. So the game should definitely not end that fast. This map is a little bit small though, which does have me worried. I feel like on maps this small, playing battle mech against Zerg is a little bit sketch. It's usually a strategy you want to do for bigger maps. But we'll see, we'll see. Now, because it is a small map, I could consider actually going for the Hellbat attack I wanted to go for. No, I think, you know what? I feel like I'm just going to stay with the same thing. I'm not sure how I want to approach the mid game though, but I feel like it's going to come to us as we play. Besides that, the opener is going to be pretty much the same. As for Demaga, I know him a little bit better than the past Zerg, of course. Demaga likes to make a lot of queens. He always has a really good creep spread as well. And one thing he also does is that's scary for us, is that he makes more units than drones compared to the normal Zerg. I feel like he doesn't usually have the biggest drone count, but that does mean his army is going to be scarier at times. So I might want to be even a little bit more passive than normal. Oh no, the Roomba's hiding behind my gas. You can't hide from me, buddy. Bam! Okay. No, I don't think Demaga really cheeses, to be honest. I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm just gonna be safe, you know. I'm not gonna do anything crazy and not scout, but I think he usually does not cheese. Maybe he could play roaches, you know, like a 1-1 roach timing or something like that, but I feel like he doesn't really do early cheeses most of the time. Watch him do like a proxy hatch as I say that, but I feel pretty confident about this call, yeah, to be honest. Another Roomba to kill, man. The amount of clicks you need to do. It's like an APM trainer they put into the game, all the Roombas. I'm not gonna kill his Roomba though, that's his problem. Though I don't think... like, Zerg barely makes any buildings, right? So it doesn't really matter for them, I think. Unless it blocks the hatchery. I wonder how many Zergs have, like, gotten behind in a game because a Roomba blocked their hatch first, and then a pro blocked in time to block it or something like that, you know? It must have happened. At least a few times. I built my factory a little bit far away for some reason. From my barracks. It's fine, though. It's taking a lot of damage on these lings. Maybe we can go for one kill. I'm always a bit of a drone hunter. No. Not gonna be greedy. I don't want to lose my Reaper like that again. I mean, it's content, I know, but still. I don't want to lose it again. The Reapers have families too, you know. I can't just sacrifice them without mercy every single time. The positive about this build on this map is that I do think Banshee fits pretty well with this map. People do tend to play roaches sometimes here. Like, not necessarily in all-in, but they do tend to play roaches because the arc on the third, as you can see, it's so wide that it's really hard to actually defend the roach timing on the third base. So, Banshees are good. Especially because then I have a reason to keep them alive. Like, normally, if you play Banshee, you kind of sacrifice them to kill drones and stuff. But if you play against roach styles, it's very beneficial to just keep them alive for as long as possible. So even when they do a late timing, you can have that constant Banshee DPS raining down on the Roach army. Gonna ready those Banshees here. Keep these Hellions at home for safety. Now I'm gonna try to snipe some creep tumors. Like I said, he does make a lot of creep. He does usually have single file creep spread though, which means that he only uses like one tumor per area. So if you do deny even a few, it could be pretty big already. Like, that's already a really nice snipe. I'm gonna make sure my third base is walled off so I can move my Hellions out. Or my naturals walled off, rather. Another tumor snipe, that's huge. I'm not sure if I want to make my gases or my Hellions first. Since I'm playing mech, because I'll probably get those gases first. Oh, I think he may have seen that Banshee. Well, I was gonna see it with the watchtower anyway. This map is pretty crazy with the watchtowers, by the way. Like, they actually see everything on this map. Doesn't have this one though. Good for us. Being a little bit greedy moving out over creep here, by the way. Do not try that at home, guys. Do not move over creep with your Hellions like that. And then we get the transition. I could also play Speed Banshee, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't necessarily have to go Liberators. I could also go for Speed Banshees. Which would be pretty dope, to be honest. I'm kind of tempted now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of tempted. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go Speed Banshee Battle Mech then. I'm gonna make another tech lab here. And these Banshees were also fast, so I can actually start my speed upgrade pretty fast. It takes a long ass time though. Like, look at the upgrade time. It's like this game could legit be finished by the time that that upgrade is actually absurdly long. Better that we got it fast then, I suppose. Okay, tech labs are finished. Let's make sure this is walled up as well. And honestly, he was so ready for that. Gonna get some free damage though. We take these. I know the spore is right there, yeah, so we have to be careful then. Okay, I'm actually gonna do a very delayed version of the Hellbat attack. Like, this is way later than it would normally be. He's probably gonna have Banelings ready if I have to guess. And then we get the Cyclone upgrades as well. Getting the spore would be huge. So many transfuses though. Let's see how the splits are. Splits are looking pretty good. Like, we killed the spore, so these Banshees are actually going to do a lot of damage. Shouldn't end the game with this, though it is actually doing a lot of damage, guys. Okay, but he might do some count. Oh, wait, where's my Hellions? I don't have defensive Hellions. Come on, guys. Build faster. Okay, he's going to fall back. Yeah, we had enough units here. If we didn't pull those SCVs back, though, it could have been a small disaster. So that's definitely good for us. Now, since we killed the amount of queens, what I want to do is actually get a good denial on the creep. Because he's not going to be able to replenish those creep tumors as easily. Let's see if we can make that happen. I think we should. I'm a little bit afraid of, like, Zergling run-bys. Like, Baning run-bys killing my third mineral line and stuff. So I do need to keep that in mind. But yeah, with the Speed Banshees, I just want to move out, you know. There we go. Look how fast they are. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to deny this with my Banshees, honestly. Oh, I missed the creep tumor up top there. That kind of sucks, yeah. See, I feel like he's hiding somewhere, to be honest. I don't fully trust this. I'm going to look around a little bit. I think I actually missed a factory in my builder. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting armor upgrades mostly, by the way. Attack upgrades actually don't help the Cyclones. So if you play this style, you actually do want to get armor instead. Oh no, I didn't morph those into Hellbats. Perhaps problematic. Actually, Cyclones are holding their ground, to be honest. Man, those Cyclones did way better than I expected. Holy moly, dude. That was actually kind of nuts. And now this is a huge fight. Look at the Banshees, dude. Oh my. This is actually delicious. They're actually making me happy, to be honest. There we go. Battle Mech against Zerg actually does the trick. You know what? Let's play another game. Let's go. Alright, we got an instant rematch. I would, you know, since the last game went so well, I would actually like to try another build to see if there's like another way I can make this happen as well. But what difference can I do? Is the question. Like, what adaptation can I do to that build to make it different but still effective? Because that was kind of like the OG way I used to do it. The Hellbat timing, I used to do it faster, but anyway, the Hellbat timing into the Speed Banshees with the triple factories making Cyclones and stuff. And I'm curious what other version is there that I can do. Well, first of all, I can obviously do a 3cc version. That would fit a bit more into the meta. I feel like these days if you play 2-base opener, it's already a little bit sus, you know? It's already definitely a little bit sus if you play a regular 2-base opener. Like, not too crazy, but I feel like Zerg would pay more attention if they see you do that. So maybe I could try a 3cc version. I'm not sure how well that would work though. Because if you play Battle Mech, you do definitely want to keep the pressure on. Especially on this map. Like you saw it last game, the creep was already like here. Like it was legit like approaching my third base already. So if I don't put pressure on like with a 3cc, I feel like it could go pretty wrong. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see. This is the perfect time to try it out. Does it still work? I feel like we've already come to the conclusion that Battle Mech against Zerg can in fact work. At least those early timings, you know. We haven't really been able to test it in like a big macro game today. But at least those kind of timings, they definitely have some strength still. Like I know it's just one game pretty much, but I feel like when you look at games like that, you can usually kind of feel the strength anyway. Like sometimes you win with something and it feels really bad. But also sometimes you lose with something and it feels good. And there we won, but I also kind of, you know, I didn't feel like it was super random. I felt like the build actually had something to it for sure. And I have indeed in the past beaten really good Zergs with timing attacks like that, so. And why do I keep building my factory so far? Okay, so we're gonna go 3cc, which means we're gonna skip that second gas for now. I'm gonna hunt that Roomba down so it doesn't block my third cc. All very important stuff, guys. Don't forget to hunt the Roombas. Where are you at? Even gotta put that multitasking to the test, you know. This is the Roomba hunter. We've dedicated one Marine to be the Roomba hunter, you see. My Reaper Micro may have suffered from it a little bit, but at least those Roombas are gonna be gone. Should be some more of my natural, I suppose. Do we get the second gas first? No, we get the starport first, I think. Starport first. I'm actually gonna look for Roombas around my base. I don't want anything to get blocked by Roombas. Like, actually. Let's see. Roomba. And then we get the second gas after the starport. And then we can start making units. Now, I do have to scout a little bit. Actually, not yet, not yet. So far, we're safe. I usually scout at like 345 for the roach attack. I mean, I am going to play Banshee anyway, but if you play 3cc Banshee, it's actually still dangerous against early roach attacks. One thing I like to do, by the way, is I like to mind game with my Reaper a little bit. So you can see I'm just going all the way around, make the Overlord think I was on the top side there, and then try to pop in from the bottom. Now, on this map, I think you might not actually be able to avoid all the Overlords. Because it is relatively easy to scout on this map, I feel like. Okay, so we get third CC finish, get an orbital, get a third gas as well. Because we do need to catch up a little bit in gas. And now I'm going to try to go in. Ah, he was in position. Okay, that's unfortunate. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my Hellions across. If your first scout fails, you send more no matter what. I guess as Terran, that's kind of how it works, you know. You have the Reaper. If it doesn't work, you send the Hellions. And if you really need to, you can scout with, you know, a Liberator, a Banshee, stuff like that. Your attacks are your scout, guys. Never forget. Now, my base is being scouted, but this actually does not really matter, to be honest. Because this just looks like a standard opener, 3cc. Little does he know, I am still going to transition into that battle mech that I did the last game. Now, I won't be able to hit a nice timing. I don't think so. Because I don't even have cloak. My Hellions and stuff were a little bit delayed. So I feel like I'm just going to have to play it out. I already have to admit that this doesn't feel quite as good as the 2 base. Because it feels to me like I'm just making a lot of units that I won't be able to use. Because they're just a bit later, you know. Instead of like adding production. So this already doesn't feel quite as good as the 2 base version that I did the game before. Let's get an armory down as well. But maybe the economy will make up for it, who knows. I feel like this might be the version you'd want to do against someone that never attacks. Like if you play against someone that you know doesn't go for roach timings and stuff like that. I feel like this might be the version to do. But right now I do feel very vulnerable to like big attacks. Oh, need that gas as well. Almost forgot. Now we're just gonna do some poking here. I mean, I don't want to be sandwiched by the queen, so I'm gonna go back. Like if Link Bane attacks me there and I have to run back into the queens, that's a very unpleasant situation. So I'm not gonna want to have to do anything to do with that. Now I wonder what his counter is gonna be. He could be playing like Mudas or something like that, for example. That actually wouldn't be too crazy. Let's see what a scan finds. Lair just finished. Okay. That's an important tell. No mutas or anything like that on the way. That's very nice. Now I do have 3 Banshees. The thing is, he's gonna have an incredible amount of Banelings, I feel like. So he actually saturated that gas a little bit late. That's a mistake by me. Now he's gonna make the Banelings. Now he's not gonna have Baneling speed either. I think we can actually consider this a win and go back. All the Banelings that were morphed, I'm fine. You know, I feel like we don't have to do much more damage. Especially because the trade looked like it wasn't gonna be good. You should just, you know, count your blessings in a way, I guess, and then get the hell out of there. Wait, I thought I made that +1 armor already. I haven't been denying too much creep. I feel like we should focus our next orbital energy on actually getting some creep denial going. This is such a weird army composition, by the way. 66 SCVs, not bad. Okay, let's deny this creep. Now, you see he still really uses that single file creep. So if we deny it, it's actually pretty huge. It also goes back a little bit faster, I believe, if it's only a few creep tumors. Or 1 in this case. Now, what I really want to avoid is that he suddenly just has like 1,000,000 roaches. That's why I'm being so aggressive. Okay, let's see how the splits are. Really good apparently. Okay. I guess this timing actually works again. Now, wait, I actually killed the Overseer, I believe. I actually killed the Overseer with my Cyclones. That's kind of crazy. If you can get that last Queen as well, this would be huge. Look at these Banshees. Completely uncontested. Battle mech works again, guys. What can I say? 3 times in a row. One of them was really short, but the other 2 games worked with a very nice timing attack. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to sub and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.